Hopefully this is on. Yep. It's actually the first time these guys have listened to us all year, and they got in here sooner than we thought, so I apologize for that little delay. Good evening and welcome to the University of Toledo's 2021 Doctoral Hooding Ceremony and Commencement. Our processional into the arena will be led by the University President, representatives of Graduate Council, Graduate Student Association, and University Administration. Please, we will begin our ceremony with the presentation of the flag of the United States. This will be led by the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard from the Pershing Rifles Troop. Please rise.
Good evening, please be seated. We're so excited to have this opportunity to celebrate the class of 2021's achievements and resilience together in person. We are thankful to have proud parents, family members, and friends here tonight to join our dedicated faculty and staff in celebrating our graduates. We also welcome those who are tuning in virtually. Thank you all for joining us for the University of Toledo Doctoral Hooding and Commencement. To our graduates, congratulations. You have demonstrated such focus, resilience, and strength to overcome the challenges presented by COVID-19 during the past year. Today, we celebrate you and your successful academic journey, earning the highest degree in your fields of study. Achieving this milestone was not easy and would not be even under normal circumstances. You have all persevered through unimaginable hardships, and I'm confident that you are now prepared to face anything. Your accomplishments, both individually and collectively, inspire hope in all of us. I also want to thank the university's dedicated faculty, staff, advisors, and mentors whose work has supported the achievements that we celebrate here tonight. Our graduates grow and thrive, but our faculty and staff provide the tools for that growth. Their unwavering dedication to our students, their wisdom, and the real-world experience, their ongoing pursuit of innovative research and creative endeavors are all hallmarks of our faculty that are critical components in ensuring that University of Toledo students are able to reach their full potential. I'd also like to take one moment to recognize all of the special people here tonight and all of the support systems for our graduates. Whether they are your parents and friends, a spouse or partner, children, siblings, or grandparents. To all of the individuals who have supported you, I want to say thank you. Also, thank you for reaching out to your graduate to offer advice, to cheer them on when times were difficult, for listening when they needed encouragement, for boosting their confidence when they themselves doubted, and for laughing with them to lighten their spirits. On behalf of the University of Toledo, I want to thank our graduates also for choosing our great university for your doctoral studies and allowing us to help you prepare for your future success. We are honored to share this celebration with you and your loved ones today. We are very proud of your success to date, but even more so, we look forward to your future accomplishments. At this time, I would ask that all of you rise again and join me in opening our ceremonies by singing the national anthem. Tonight, the anthem will be led by Samuel Spencer, who is a senior in the College of Arts and Letters, majoring in vocal music education. He's from Detroit, Michigan. The piano accompaniment will be provided by Isaac Cox, a first-year piano performance graduate student from Adrian, Michigan. Members of the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard from the Pershing Rifles Troop will present the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still
Thank you, President Postal. Please be seated. Well, good evening, and again, welcome to the University of Toledo's Doctoral Hooding Ceremony and Commencement. My name is Barry Sherman, and it is both my privilege and honor to serve as the Interim Dean of the College of Graduate Studies. We are delighted that you're able to hold a special event who have achieved the highest academic degrees the university has to offer: the Doctor of Philosophy, the Doctor of Nursing, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and Occupational Therapy Doctorate. The mere fact that we're holding this ceremony in this facility tonight is a reason enough to celebrate. So I think it is important that we pause for just a moment and ask the question, what were you doing just a little over a year ago today, before the global pandemic disrupted every facet of our life? I think it's fair to say that a year ago, we had no idea what challenges we would face. The magnitude of suffering and devastation that we have experienced as individuals and as a nation and as a global community is difficult to comprehend. But I also think it is fair to say that because you are here this evening celebrating your achievements, that you have met every challenge with exceeding determination. Yes, you will face more challenges, and you will experience more hardships. But perhaps you can take some comfort in knowing that you have already faced some of the most difficult challenges imaginable for someone who is finishing their scholarly projects, maybe completing an internship, or a clinical experience, or defending your dissertation. You have succeeded. So take a moment to reflect on your long journey to this night and know that you have achieved a goal that very few even realize. Tonight, we are very pleased that we are able to share our pride and our excitement with you, your family and friends, and your mentors as you take these last steps towards this incredible achievement. It is now my privilege to recognize several distinguished individuals who are here to celebrate this occasion with us. I would ask that President Postal and Provost Bjorkman, Vice Presidents, Deans, and Associate Deans for Graduate Affairs to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. We thank you for your leadership. Because of your dedication and commitment to graduate education, indeed, our brightest days are ahead, to quote President Postal. I now call upon Dr. Wendy Cochran, Chair of the Graduate Council, to give her welcome remarks.
All right. Good evening. This year, I served as Chair of Graduate Council. Graduate Council is the representative body of graduate faculty, and our purpose is the advancement of knowledge through research and instruction of the highest quality. We advocate and legislate for policies and practices that affect graduate faculty and students. It is an honor to stand before you this evening on your night. What a remarkable and rare group of individuals. To support my statement that you all are remarkable and rare, I did a quick Google search. Yes, I am aware my information source would be questioned by any peer-reviewed journal. Here is what I learned. Fact number one, less than 2% of the world population hold a doctoral degree. Fact number two, only about 1.2% of the US population hold a doctoral degree. And fact number three, in some fields of study, as few as 33% of students who start a doctoral degree sit where you are tonight. You should be incredibly proud of your well-deserved and rare achievement. I am confident you demonstrated much grit on your doctoral degree journey. On behalf of Graduate Council and graduate faculty, I extend my heartfelt congratulations, and I wish you the very best as you continue your professional journey. I now call upon Mrs. Brittany Jones, President of Graduate Student Association, to give her welcome remarks.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's magnificent event. First, I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to the parents, guardians, friends, mentors, other family members for being that support these graduates desperately needed during this past year and throughout their educational journey. You may not have heard it often, but you are highly appreciated for all of your love and encouragement. Secondly, to the university leadership, advisors, faculty, and staff, these creators of knowledge are a product of your investment, guidance, and belief in their ability to enhance the world around them via research and activism. Lastly, to the guest of honor, our newly minted doctors. Your presence today is a testament of your perseverance, confidence, and faith. You made a decision to push forward in an environment of uncertainty, and now you are greatly rewarded. Take in each moment of tonight's festivities because we are here to celebrate you. Again, welcome, congratulations, and may your future endeavors manifest beyond expectations. I now call upon Dr. Karen Borkman, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, to give her welcome remarks and to introduce this year's commencement speaker.
Good evening. Welcome to the doctoral hooding ceremony and commencement at the University of Toledo. I especially want to welcome all the family and friends of our graduates who have joined us this evening. We're really delighted to have you with us for this special ceremony. Tonight, we honor the exceptional achievements of our students who have successfully completed their doctoral degrees. This is the culmination of many years of hard work and study and sacrifice, and I congratulate each and every one of our graduates for your academic success. This past year, as everyone has said, has been uniquely challenging as you completed your studies in the middle of a pandemic, but you worked hard, you stayed focused, and tonight we're here to celebrate your success. I also want to recognize all of our faculty who have mentored and supported you throughout your academic journey. Our graduate students are a diverse, talented, and committed group of individuals, and I have no doubt that you will make significant contributions to your disciplines and to the lives of your communities throughout the world. Once again, congratulations. I wish you every success in your future endeavors. At this time, I would like to have the pleasure of introducing our 2021 commencement speaker, Ms. Irma Olguin Jr., who will join us virtually this evening. Ms. Olguin is one of our very successful and entrepreneurial alumni who graduated from the University of Toledo's College of Engineering in 2004 with a bachelor's degree in computer science and engineering. She grew up in the Central Valley of California in Fresno as the daughter of farm laborers, and she says that she never expected that college would be part of her story. But that was before she boarded a Greyhound bus and traveled to the University of Toledo, where she began her higher education journey and discovered her passion. Fast forward to today, and Ms. Olguin is the co-founder and chief executive officer of Bitwise Industries, a tech industry startup that Forbes magazine valued at $100 million in 2019. Bitwise Industries is a California-based tech company that was founded with a social mission. It was founded in order to revive economically challenged cities by building a robust technology sector, while at the same time developing a diverse and inclusive workforce in the technology industry by increasing the number of women and underrepresented minorities who have the opportunity to receive technology training. Her company serves that diverse and underrepresented population in the Fresno, California region through a coding academy, a business incubator, software development, and a service that matches programmers and engineers with local businesses that need technology support. Ms. Olguin wants to relocate or replicate this business in cities across the country and expand her business to other cities that are facing economic and tech workforce challenges. I'm pleased to say that it was recently announced that the next site for Bitwise Industries will be right here in the city of Toledo. This will be an exciting new venture for our community. We look forward to welcoming Ms. Olguin back to Toledo with her inspirational vision for expanding the tech industry, the workforce in our region. Graduates, family members, guests, and colleagues, I am pleased to present to you Ms. Irma Olguin, Jr.
Hello and welcome. My name's Irma L. Olguin Jr. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a company called Bitwise Industries, headquartered in Fresno, California. And I'm really excited to be sharing this day with you. I think the world would have you believe that this is the beginning of the rest of your life, but I disagree. I actually think that you get to choose your beginning every single day. I think the world would also have us believe that by now you should have your next several steps mapped out. And I disagree with that too. And here's why. I grew up in a really small town in a place called Carruthers, California, no bigger than 2,000 people, in a high school of 400 maximum, where everyone knew everyone, and you kind of could predict what we were all going to be when we grew up. I come from a family of field laborers. They migrated to California following the work and the food, and grew up around these people. And that's what I saw as a result for the rest of my life, that this is the town I would stay in, that my opportunities were pretty well laid out in front of me, and the folks that I grew up with, their opportunities were pretty well mapped out as well. But by a number of really wonderful stories and accidents and serendipitous moments, I ended up coming to the University of Toledo and graduated from the College of Engineering with a computer science and computer engineering degree. I ended up at college accidentally. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience, but it was never part of my life plan. I never felt as though it was for me. So I've dedicated my life's work to making sure that other people feel the invitation to achieve their own agency. And whatever it is, whatever the motivation behind the thing is, that's what you've got to figure out. Today is about that. Today is about figuring out the type of human being you want to be and how you're going to show up in the world. And you've got time to do that. Every day is the beginning of the rest of your life. And you get to decide each morning how you're going to live that out. You might be wondering how somebody from the heart of California ends up in a place like Toledo, Ohio. Or at least that's one of the first questions I would ever get when I moved there. It's a really fun, serendipitous story of a bunch of accidents strung together where I ended up choosing a school and a college that looked similar to my home. Now, once I arrived, it wasn't anything like Fresno. I didn't hear a lot of Spanish spoken at the bus depot. I didn't see a lot of taco trucks on the sides of the roads. But what I did find in Toledo, very similar to Fresno, California, is a place and a people with heart and grit and pride and so much history that I really felt like I had found kindred spirits across the country. And I think in many ways we share this idea of being a secondary city right next door to a primary market can sometimes create in us this feeling of needing to get out. I need to go somewhere else to do my highest and best. There are many of you sitting here today experiencing this moment and thinking to yourself, man, I can't wait to get out of here. And that the highest and best version of your future is going to be lived out somewhere else. That's great. For some people, that is the truth. But for so many, we are the difference in our hometowns. And we can be the things that make those places most exciting. When we started Bitwise in 2013, my co-founder and I were met with a lot of disbelief. When you tell people that you're going to ignite the technology industry in a place like Fresno, they sort of squint at you and they say, but don't you know that the Bay Area is right over there? And it's true. But I think what a lot of people didn't get was why we wanted to do this, why we wanted to contribute to the communities around us, who we wanted to include in this movement. And so many of you, as you think about your next steps, you're going to be met with a similar version of disbelief, that the thing that maybe you want to do isn't as widely accepted as you would like it to feel. But why you're doing the things that you're doing, who you're going to become, that's really the point. That's really what today is about. Today and the next several days into the future, there are a lot of things you won't be able to decide for yourself. What job opportunities will become available to you, whether or not you know the right person at the right time. How many of those variables that are outside of your control, but there is something that's always going to be yours. And that's deciding who you want to be in this life and how you want to show up for the rest of the world and how you're going to contribute to the community around you. And so if you're one of the folks who are thinking that Toledo is home and this is where I'm going to live out my highest and best, I encourage you not to feel shame about that. I encourage you to ask yourself whether or not you can be the thing that makes somebody else excited to be there. For so many of us, that's the story. That's our highest and best. Our highest and best is about community and about giving back. Something that the University of Toledo, I believe, was really good at, was always having that in view. Everything that the college does is centered around how we're giving back, how we're showing up, and who we want to be. Today's about that. And the road to get from that field labor family to college graduate and then ultimately to co-founder and CEO was not a straight line. And I'm convinced that it may have been because I didn't have a grand plan, that I've ended up in the spaces that I get to sit in today, leading the work that we get to lead today. And so that's one of the reasons that I adamantly disagree with the world that you have to have it all figured out by now. So those of you who are sitting out there, wondering, panicking, maybe, not knowing what's next for you, not feeling like you have it all figured out, I'm here to tell you that that's not the point. What is the point is looking behind you and using this day as a celebration, yes, but looking behind you and asking yourself, how did I end up here? Really dissecting it for yourself and asking, what can I accomplish now that I've got that behind me? How can I contribute to the world? How can I give back to my community? How can I be a good person? Maybe most importantly, how can I help level up the people around me? The world would have us believe that today is about us, that today is our celebration, today is my graduation, and that's partially true. But today's also about your families and your communities, and that 6th grade teacher who still remembers how you used to eat pencils. Today's also about them and the collective experience of getting to this moment. Today is about figuring out what kind of person you want to be. Not what kind of job, not what title, not what salary, not your retirement plan, but what kind of person are you going to be? Now you're here. This is a thing not everybody gets to accomplish. This is a thing that where everybody's life experience may not lead them to this moment. So what are you going to do with that? How are you going to give back? What kind of person are you going to be? I'll be honest with you. I was not a great student. I was a determined student. I was going to take this opportunity and I was going to latch on to it until it ran away with me or I ran away with it. And I think so many of you that will resonate with you as you think about your own experience. Maybe you don't have that grand life plan, and maybe you aren't top of your class. Congratulations to those of you who are. But maybe you're just an average mind from an average place, doing somewhat average things, like some of us. Today's about that too. Today is about celebrating the moment, figuring out the sort of person you want to be. Those are the things that when we were starting Bitwise Industries 8 years ago, and we were excited about igniting the technology industry in a place like Fresno, California, we were met with a lot of disbelief. But we really wanted to give back to our communities and change the way that the technology industry functions, change the literal faces and the geographies of an industry that has left out so many people. And so when we began, we were met with that disbelief. Many of you in your next endeavor will be met with disbelief. It can be really easy to be discouraged by the reactions of the people around you. But you've got to keep in view your North Star. And for us, the North Star is how are we giving back? How are we contributing to the world around us? Who's being invited to the party? And can we be more deliberate about the folks that we're making that invitation to? There are lots of people to uplift, lots of communities to affect, and lots of dreams to make come true in your hometowns. What's next, in many ways, really is harder. When you look inside yourself and you figure out what kind of person you want to be. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to your family and friends. It's as much their day as it is yours. And good luck.
Well, thanks to Ms. Olgwin for her inspirational speech and for sharing her insights with us. We are very fortunate to have her with us virtually today to help us celebrate and to honor our graduates. Please give Ms. Olgwin another round of applause and to thank her. The moment you've all been waiting for, I'm sure. President Postal, distinguished guests and parents, relatives, friends of the graduates, it is my pleasure to announce the presentation of our degree candidates. This spring, there are 111 candidates for doctoral degrees. Today, we recognize doctoral candidates through the long-standing tradition of hooding. The hood of the University of Toledo is reserved for those who satisfy the requirements for advanced degrees. It is a special part of the academic regalia and denotes scholarly and professional achievements. Will all candidates with us today please stand?
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and by the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all of the qualified candidates for all doctoral degrees, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of that degree and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. The doctoral graduates may now move their tassels from the back left of their mortarboards to the front left side. Please join me in recognizing these doctoral degree recipients.
Thank you, President Postal. Doctoral candidates, you can have a seat for a moment, at least some of you. So we're going to start with coming forward to the stage with your advisor, using the ramp on your right, my left. So we're going to start with this side over here. We'll finish up, and then we'll start on this side. So we will begin the hooding process.
Alexis Elaine Thomas. Advisor and hooder, Dr. Alexia Metz. Haley Lauren Locke. Hooder and advisor, Dr. Alexi Metz. Erin Rose Marks. Advisor and hooder, Dr. Alexia Metz. Madison Elizabeth McClure. Advisor and hooder, Dr. Alexia Metz. Tori Shea McAdams. Advisor, Dr. Beth Ann Hakovich. Hooder, Dr. Alexia Metz. Sarah Vincent Manalukas. Advisor, Dr. Beth Ann Hakovich. Hooder, Dr. Theodore Manalukas. Kirsten Avery Chambers. Advisor, Dr. Beth Ann Hakovich. Hooder, Dr. Nicole Stoltz. Olivia Taylor Scheid. Advisor, Dr. Beth Ann Hakovich. Hooder, Dr. Nicole Stoltz. Jessica Lillian Bloomer. Advisor, Dr. Ketke Reyna. Hooder, Dr. Ketke Reyna. Sarah Marie Shivak. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Ketke Reyna. Shannon Lobianco. Are you being hooded by Reki? Dr. Ketke Reyna. Riley Ann Bickerstaff. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Ketke Reyna. Taylor Rebecca Watkins. Advisor, Dr. Beth Ann Hakovich. Hooder, Dr. Ketke Reyna. Courtney Elizabeth Ross. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Maggie Maloney. Casey Elizabeth Lang. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Laura Smeltzer. Brooke Marie Weirkamp. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Laura Schmeltzer. Nicole Marie Dans. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Laura Schmeltzer. Gabrielle Markley. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Laura Schmeltzer. Erin Kathleen Jacobo. Advisor, Dr. Laura Smeltzer. Hooder, Dr. Michael Jacobo.
Leanne Marie Peedy. Advisor, Dr. Cindy Bullion. Hooder, Dr. Tori Smith. Sarah Elizabeth Wintrow. Advisor, Dr. Lucinda Bullion. Hooder, Dr. Tori Smith. Megan Elizabeth Bedard. Advisor, Dr. Amy Both. Hooder, Dr. Tori Smith. Samantha Lee Wilson. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooder, Dr. Tori Smith. Elizabeth Anna Rawson. Advisor, Dr. Abraham Lee. Hooder, Dr. Lucinda Bullion. James Jacob Shenton. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooded by Dr. Amanda Murray. Thank you. Blake S. Pierce, Priest. My apologies. We'll try again. Blake S. Priest. Advisor, Dr. Abraham Lee. Hooded by Dr. Jason Slee. Kelsey Ann Langendorfer. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. McKenna Jacqueline Shives. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Danzel Cortez Harris. Advisor, Dr. Lucinda Bullion. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Hannah Jane Payton. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Connor James Mapis. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Ryan Matthew Medvez. Advisor, Dr. Lucinda Bullion. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Olivia Cross. Advisor, Dr. Lucinda Bullion. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Melissa Marie Kling. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Sean Christopher Paulo. Advisor, Dr. Lucinda Bullion. Hooded by Dr. David Kajawa. Abigail Beeker Berger. Advisor, Dr. Dave Kajawa. Hooded by Dr. Henry Berger. Ann Nguyen. Advisor, Dr. David Kajawa. Hooded by Dr. Mark T. Wagner. Anna Catherine Phillips. Advisor, Dr. Abraham Lee. Hooded by Dr. Sarah Phillips. Jody Catherine DeMeo. Advisor, Dr. Tori Smith. Hooder, Dr. Tiffany Warren. Daniel William Burke. Advisor, Dr. Dave Kajawa. Hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Marissa Lillianne Belosky. Advisor, Dr. Tori Smith. Hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Caitlin Barber. Advisor, Dr. Amanda Murray. Hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Madison Ray Prost. Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Amy Both.
Taylor Fowler, Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Barry Sherman. Tommy Fringerson, Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Taylor.
So that you can take your mask off.
Janelle Tubton, Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Susan Susalski. Stephanie State N, Advisor and Hooder, Dr. Robert Top. Berkeley Haney, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Robert Top. Danny Barazzi, Advisor Dr. Tim K, Robert Hop, and Hooder Dr. Hop. Razenda, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Joseph. Allison Robin, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Michelle Young. Giovanni Giovanni Arirape, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Wee Lee. Garrett Marshall, Advisor and Hooder Yon Zhang. Mina Mulvey, Advisor Dr. Yong Zhang, and Dr. Varghese, Hooder Dr. Yong Zhang.
We're going to change Paul's here. Dr. Hong, he's going to do the hooding.
Okay. So
Dr. Hong.
William McCrary, hooded by Dr. Ene Balazi. Juju Wen, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Paul Hong. Ghadir Alsani, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Paul Hong. Shida Dong, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Paul Hong. Jennifer Rayo, Dr. John, Advisor and Hooder Dr. John Locks.
I'm putting my student in her chair, so she is disabled. So I'm.
What is Verily, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Dale.
Rachel Jacoby, Advisor and Hooder Dr. Madeline Clark. Linda Waters, advisor and hooder, Dr. Madeline Clark. Mallory Sierra Onek, advisor and hooder, Dr. Joseph Dake. Nilgan Sisginish, advisor and hooder, Dr. Shipra Singh. Crizia Melendez, advisor and hooder, Dr. Shipra Singh. Nana Uma Kwartsen Baya, advisor Dr. Joseph Dake, hooded by Dr. Kwaja Bara. Jennifer Perrion, advisor and hooder, Dr. Victoria Steiner. Claire Elizabeth Copa, advisor and hooder, Dr. Victoria Steiner. Monica Ann Williams, advisor and hooder, Dr. Victoria Steiner. Nicole L. McKenzie, advisor, Dr. Tavis Glassman, hooded by Dr. Craig Black. Tracy Hidalgo, hooded and advised by Dr. Snejana Slataniva Durst. Molly J. Watkins, advised and hooded by Dr. Snejana Slanchiva Durst. Melissa M. Gleckler, hooded and advised by Dr. Brahani Telemanai. Lindsay Ann Vance, hooded and advised by Dr. Renee Martin. Jeremy Christopher Holloway, hooded and advised by Dr. Mark Templin. Cynthia L. Fry, advised by Dr. Robert Schultz and hooded by Dr. Richard Welsh. Jenny Ann Hines, advised by Dr. Edward Cancillo and hooded by Dr. Terry Hines. Jessica Antoinette Merritt Spradley, advised by Dr. Ed Janik, hooded by Drs. Edward Janik and Dr. Christine Fox. Lijun Catherine Liu, hooded by Dr. Noella Houghton, advised by Dr. Noella Houghton.
Thank you.
Shuzhen Wao, hooded and advised by Dr. Noella Houghton. Patrick E. Wise, advised and hooded by Dr. Penny Poplin Gazzetti. Jessica L. Swan, hooded and advised by Dr. Vicky D'Agostino. Efnan Ursher, advised and hooded by Dr. Vicky D'Agostino. Ethel Ne Ode Takiabo, advised and hooded by Dr. Isaac Schieffer. Anoli Shah, advised by Dr. Vijay Goel and hooded by Dr. Patricia Relu. Mohsen Shahbaz Nashad, advised by Dr. Hussein Sujudi and hooded by Dr. Patricia Relu. Ahmed Abdul Karim Al-Shahir, advised by Dr. Richard Mollett and hooded by Dr. Patricia Relu. Ali Al-Batana, hooded by advised by Dr. Devinder Kaur and hooded by Dr. Patricia Relu. Shenudu Okeke, advised by Dr. Joseph Lawrence and Dr. Maria Coleman, hooded by Dr. Joseph Lawrence. Asan Akbari Fakrabadi, advised and hooded by Dr. Matthew Liberatore. Salem Koso, advised and hooded by Dr. Louis Mata. Alyssa Mason, advised and hooded by Dr. Stephen Chrisman. Janitha Matasunka Unagola, advised and hooded by Dr. A. Shampa Jayasuriya. Shelby Ray Kesterson, advised and hooded by Dr. Malthea Krishnamathuri. Praveen Mani Wunan, advised and hooded by Dr. Malthea Krishnamathuri. Saranda Bandara, hooded and advised by Dr. Gerald Thompson. Chongwen Li, advised and hooded by Dr. Yanfa Yan. Biswas Subedi, advised by Dr. Nicholas Jacob Padraza and hooded by Dr. Yanfa Yan. And Thomas Shaulilai, advised by Dr. Daisy Smith and hooded by Dr. Yanfu Yan.
Well, congratulations, graduates, or should I say, congratulations, doctors. I want to thank the many UToledo staff members who have worked very hard to plan this event, especially the College of Graduate Studies team, and those who have volunteered to assist us tonight. Thank you for not only making this evening very special, but for the work you do every day in support of our graduate students and our faculty members. Thank you. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Graduates, it is time for you to blaze your own trail and for you to lead. But before you do, I am going to ask you to follow just one more time. At this time, the recessional will begin. I ask that our guests remain at their seats until the platform party, faculty members, and our newest graduates have exited out of the arena. So once again, congratulations to all of the graduates. Thank you very much for joining us in the celebration today, and we wish you all a wonderful evening.